You may have worked with, national award winning films. You may have worked in films that has got national awards, and you've worked with all the big internationally acclaimed directors. But if you don't prove yourself in Bollywood, people really don't care. It's very important for them to see your work happening in their own space. Outside their space, what you have done and what you have achieved, it doesn't matter to them. I would say that, it's not that they are disrespectful.
Yeah.
They don't
But
care.
there's not equal opportunities.
They don't care. It's very important that you do some work in Hindi language for them to take notice. That doesn't happen with the South Indian regional industry. That doesn't happen with Punjabi industry. But it happens with Bengal and, Assam.
She's a huge star in the Bengali film industry. And when you talk about broadening her horizon, she's stunned with her performance in Detective Byomkesh Bakshi and the very recently released Patal Lok. Now we'll see her as Izzy's mom in Dil Bechara. Joining us for a conversation today is Swastika Mukherjee. How have you been? All good?
Yeah, I think, it's a difficult answer to give given the trying times we are all living in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You started afresh in a completely new industry after enjoying 20 years of stardom in the Bengali film industry. Was it ever difficult? Do you feel that today, despite you being a star in Bengal, do you feel that somehow in Bollywood, regional actors are not treated as respectfully maybe as others?
See, if I would really like to give very frank and honest answers to this question. See, what I have always been given a lot of respect in the kind of films or the little amount of work that I have done in Bollywood, and the kind of work I will be doing in the near future. I would not say that I was looked down upon or I was disrespected, because people who had approached me were very well aware of my body of work. So, and of course, because I did Byomkesh, so that hangover of that film was very much there in the industry, where I was either people were approaching me or I was approaching people.
Yeah.
But I really have had realized something, and it's good that I realized it early, that you may be doing thousands of work in your regional space. And by regional space, I would definitely want to mention the eastern part of India. Because if I consider South India to be a regional industry, heroes or actresses from South Indian language films are quite celebrated in Bollywood. It becomes like a huge news if we have South Indian actors or actresses when they become a part of the Bollywood mainstream workspace. It's a huge news. Even I would say, if people from Punjab are coming on board for Bollywood films, that's also like a huge big deal. Like, Diljit Dosanjh, when he came and did Urta Punjab, it was a huge thing that, he is from Punjab and he's so big in Punjab and he's coming and doing, being a part of Bollywood films. The same, it doesn't happen if, if somebody from Bengal or somebody from Assam is coming and working in Bollywood mainstream films. And what I really felt is that, you can do as much as good work you can in Bengal. I would mention Bengal because I hail from there. And you may have worked with, national award winning films. You may have worked in films that has got national awards, and you've worked with all the big internationally acclaimed directors. But if you don't prove yourself in Bollywood, people really don't care of what you have done in your own workspace. So, of course, they remembered my work in Byomkesh. and they saw my work in Patal Lok, and they will see my work in Dil Bechara. So people in the industry who will actually give you work or who will actually approach you for work, that not only includes the director and the producers, also the casting directors, also the casting agencies. It's very important for them to see your work happening in their own space. Outside their space, what you have done and what you have achieved, it doesn't matter to them. But
yeah, because strangely, after Detective, it took an Anushka Sharma to cast you in a series like Patal Lok. And you know, being a Bengali, I know of the caliber of a performer that you are. And I'm not kidding, because I have grown up watching you. So as a Bengali, even I feel that there is a distinction between, you know, even when Prosenjit Bumbada went and did a film, it wasn't celebrated as much as other films, although he's like a superstar from West Bengal. So you're absolutely right. Today, there is this insider-outsider debate which is happening.
I would say that, you know, it's not that they are disrespectful.
Yeah.
They don't care.
But there's not equal opportunities.
They don't care. The word is they don't care. You can be big, whoever, but till the time you are not proving your worth in the work that is happening in their space,
yeah,
they are not going to take you seriously.
Has that ever happened with you? Like, has a Bollywood casting director or a producer director said something obnoxious to you?
No, I'm saying that, you know, say they are not disrespectful. Whenever I have been asked to, you know, give an audition, a lot of times they have told me that, you know, aap self-test karke bhej dijiye. I don't feel comfortable in doing self-test, so I always say that I will go and give the audition. But it's not that they have made me sit for hours or I had to stand in a line, and, you know, all that has not happened. It's not that they don't know my body of work and they are approaching me with, you know, zero reference in their mind. But I'm just saying that till the time you are not proving yourself, your worth as an actor and what you can do, and, you know, your talent and your performance, it's very important that you do some work in Hindi language for them to take notice. Whatever you have done in your own mother language, mother tongue, and in your native language is of no importance. You have to do something which is worthy enough in a Hindi language for people to take notice. But that doesn't happen with the South Indian regional industry. That doesn't happen with Punjabi industry. But it happens with Bengal and, you know, Assam. No, so that is something that it irks me a little bit, that why this difference of thoughts are there.
Yes. But has life changed post Patal Lok?
I don't know, because Patal Lok happened during lockdown. And Dil Bechara is also releasing during lockdown. So I don't know. I will be able to understand what is happening once, you know, things become normal. But of course, I have gotten such amazing response from such big names post Patal Lok. No,
like
I had Vidya Balan had called me personally, so, and she is, you know, I really look up to her, and I have seen all her work, and I really look up to her, and I think she's a huge inspiration as a woman.
Yeah.
Not just her actress avatar. You know, as a woman, I've really looked up to her, and I've tried to follow her path, and, you know, the way she always keeps talking about embracing oneself. You know, I also try to tell the same thing to my fans and followers. So she calling me personally, and really she sounded so excited, and she had broken down scenes and she was talking about those scenes. So I thought that, you know, I can't hear her properly. I was so overwhelmed. And after we spoke for quite a long time, I also spoke to Siddharth Roy Kapoor, and she's so humble. She was like, you know, just talk to my husband. And, you know, just talk to my husband. You know, that entire humility in her was so overwhelming that after the conversation was over, I messaged her back saying, "I'm so sorry I couldn't tell you thank you properly because I was so excited and happy."
Yeah.
I also got a personal message from Mr. Amir Khan, and yeah, it was shocking.
But it's good. I want people to notice it because today is the time when things might change. There is a time for paradigm shifts in every industry. I think this is the time for ours, and it's lovely. And even with the film like Dil Bechara, the best thing is that it's become an emotion, universal emotion among people today.
But I know I really feel good because people saw me as Anguri Devi. Then they saw me as Dolly Mehra, which was such a big shift from the very hot, glamorous, sexy diva kind of a space. And Patal Lok has just happened very recently. So there are a lot of times when I'm posting things on social media about Dil Bechara, but people are still writing, appreciating the work and acknowledging the work of Patal Lok even under the pictures of Dil Bechara. So it's very much new and fresh
in their minds. Yeah.
So, but Dil Bechara's Mrs. Vasu will be such a huge leap from Dolly Mehra again. So I am very happy that people are getting to see different, very different, far from each other kind of characters on OTT platforms. So you also, I think, get to understand the graph of an actor. That okay, she can do this also, she can do this also, she can do that also. So I think for actors, it's a really good time. The kind of work that's happening on OTT, I think it's a good time to really work on your strengths and play as many different characters as you can. And it's good for the audience and good for the directors, producers, or whoever your career depends on, for them to see the graph.
All the best. More power to you.
Thank you, Kunaldeep, for having me and chatting with me. And